any other company with earnings like this, we would be celebrating. I mean, revenue jumping 367%, but with signs of slowing growth, some investors are concerned. The stock did win back some of the gains that they lost yesterday. But what are you saying to investors to convince them about Zoom's continued growth in a post-COVID world?
Hi, Emily. Thanks for having me. So, first of all, we hope for an effective vaccine as quickly as possible to minimize this disruption. But, remote work trends were happening pre-COVID. And what we've seen is through this period of time during the pandemic, an acceleration of adoption and also an embracing of Zoom. So we don't expect those trends to stop anytime after COVID. In fact, we've been working very closely with our customers and talking to them about it. What is their work from anywhere strategy in a post-vaccine world? And we're super excited about some of the innovation that we announced in October at Zoomtopia, things like voice commands, so that when they send their employees back to the office, they can do so in a way that feels safe to them. There's virtual reception to do that as well. And then my own personal favorite is Smart Gallery. So if you think about one of the good things that's come out of this period of time with all of us working remotely is the democratization of communication. All of our squares are the same size on this screen, and it gives everyone a voice. And so what Smart Gallery does is it really enhances that face-to-face communication experience when we move to a space which is most likely where you have some workers in the office and you have some working from home, but bringing them together in the same way that you have today, the same experience you have today when everybody's on kind of the same playing field. So working very closely, we also have some super exciting products like Zoom Phone. We see customers really thinking more strategically now around what is their work from anywhere work kit, toolkit that they're giving their employees, and Zoom Phone is a really integral part of that. So we're excited about the future and working closely with our customers around that.
Now, part of the reason Zoom is so popular is it is free. Will Zoom continue to offer to consumers for free, or down the line, could we see you start charging fairly?
So we have an aspect of our product that's free that you're talking about, and we love our free hosts. They're a very important part of the Zoom ecosystem. We also have given Zoom for free to over 125,000 educational institutions around the globe today that are using for free. And we feel very strongly that it's our corporate responsibility to do so. We also turned off the 40-minute limit here in the US for Thanksgiving. And we're really committed to doing what we can to support the global community during this period of disruption. And the free users of our platform are really an important part of our ecosystem. And I think if we didn't have the free users, if you think about they really contributed to the viral growth. If we didn't have it there, we would probably be paying more in sales and marketing. So we feel like it's a really great trade-off, and that every time a free user starts a Zoom meeting, they have the opportunity to expose somebody else to the power of Zoom.
Meantime, the day of your earnings, Slack and Salesforce announced a big tie-up. Slack has been sort of the other work-from-home darling, but their shares, their stock chart doesn't look anything like Zoom's, to be fair. What is your take on the Slack-Salesforce deal?
So both Slack and Salesforce are a great partner and customers of ours. And so we're very excited. Congratulations to both of them on this deal. And, if you think about it, we're all companies that are focusing on different aspects of enterprise technology, and we are all clearly committed to this best of breed strategy. And so I think it's great that those two organizations are coming together. We work very closely with them already. So I think that we will continue to do. In fact, it'll probably be a more simplified manner now that there's two parties coming together closely to integrate for our customers' benefit rather than three.
Some have suggested this will lead to more consolidation in the software industry. Do you agree?
What we're really focused on at Zoom is delivering happiness to our customers. And we, for ourselves right now, that's really committing to innovation across the platform with all of our product lines, also the new platform on Zoom that we announced in October. So we have lots to focus on from an independent company perspective, and that's what we think is best for us today. In terms of other consolidations across the organization or the company and the industry, I think we'll have to wait and see.
So does that mean you're very focused on innovating from within? Because Zoom has really sort of kept its M&A powder dry. Could we see you make acquisitions? Are you out there looking, or is that just not on the table right now?
So, a couple of things. We have a lot of opportunity ahead for us to grow with Zoom Phone, as I mentioned, on Zoom International. And so we want to make sure that we're staying really focused on the opportunities ahead. With that said, we did our first acquisition in Q2 with the Keybase team. We're thrilled to have them as part of our organization. They've really helped accelerate our development in terms of security. And that's how we think about it. We always are looking for opportunities to augment either our talent or our technology through acquisition. We have a corp dev team. This is what they think about every day. We just haven't found the next right match, but it doesn't mean we're not always thinking about it.
Now, clearly, we're all going to use Zoom more in, a more normal world, a new normal world than we did before the pandemic happened. But use is going to change. How do you imagine we will use Zoom, companies will use Zoom, consumers, schools will use Zoom on a daily basis when everything is truly back to normal and there is no health risk?
Yeah, I think that what we've seen is that Zoom has become integrated into all aspects of our life. And the goal of Eric, our founder and CEO, is to make a Zoom meeting better than an in-person meeting. And you've already seen progress we've made in that area around the upmarket with things like voice to text transcription, meeting notes that we can done. And I think you're going to continue to see that with things like Zoom apps, which are also the new apps that are in prototype that we announced at Zoomtopia, which allow developers to start developing apps that have in-meeting experiences. So you can collaborate better, you can do things like project management within the meeting itself. And so that's how we're going to continue to augment this meeting experience to make it more and more productive. It's also how consumers are going to do it through on Zoom. So on Zoom is the platform we announced also at Zoomtopia that is the event hosting platform that's going to start to bring together hosts and attendees in a seamless way. It's also going to be a directory of events that serves as a discovery mechanism. So if you wake up in the morning, you're like, hey, I want to go to a live yoga class today. You can go to on Zoom, see what's available, sign up quickly through one click and be in a Zoom yoga class. So these are how I think Zoom's going to be incorporated into our lives, even when we have the opportunity to move around the world safely again.